Diana doesn't want her child to be in a criminal environment. But Tariq determines who he must become in order to protect his future child. Detective Carter reveals his actual nature. Elle admits to having sickle cell disease. On the Powercast, we talk about this and much more. The largest issues are always those facing Tariq. They are always crucial. And even though I was nodding in agreement with both of them when they were trading blows, it's high time someone told him about himself, and I'm delighted it was Brayden. Although Brayden has done a fantastic deal for Tariq, he has also made mistakes. Tariq has had to clean up messes he made. Not too long ago, he expressed his desire to leave and return for Tariq. But Tariq was right to question Brayden's genuine commitment to their work. One of Tariq's worst traits is his limited perspective on the world, which stems from his incapacity to look beyond his own existence. He has no idea how to be a love partner or a friend to anyone. You could argue that he understands being a son, but it would be too obvious, so I couldn't type it without fuming. You can respect Brayden's ability to battle Tariq to a heavyweight knockout, but Brayden took off from the moment Tariq started to struggle. Brayden's taste in women is so awful. Elle seems like a decent girl who's been dealt a lot, and it's true that this is a crime. But in 2024, we don't try to make people loosen up by giving them drugs. Elle, what are we doing here? Although it was kind of them to provide Elle with a more complex storyline than just the girl Brayden is sleeping with and is slowly getting him hooked on coke, I was not impressed with this small plot that left Brayden in such a horrible situation. That's exactly who Brayden is in his heart. You'd think after Riley he would be a little less trusting. He may be a heartthrob, but he needs to admit that he doesn't really know this girl that well. Fortunately, Tariq's acid trip didn't do too much harm to him. But it did something else in his life that nothing else has. It allowed him to see that he is more like his father than he had previously realized. Everyone in his life and beyond has recognized that. But Tariq has never allowed himself to recognize and accept their commonalities because he has connected so much hate and contempt to Ghost. At this point in his life, he must decide whether to go on, turn the page, or take a different course. Alternatively, he could lock in and soar to heights he's never experienced, surpassing Ghost in excellence. It was intriguing to see two different incarnations of the same person, Tariq, who was high on acid. I came to one conclusion, and one conclusion only, when Tariq chose to interpret that fever dream as a message that he needed to draw closer to Ghost 2.0 rather than farther away. He will eventually meet the same end as his parents, whether it be now or in the future. In order to become the ultimate predator, Tariq would go all out, have no regrets, and burn the world while grinning. Could he really do that? Sure, he shot his father, so he's definitely competent. But this is not the first time this has happened. If he succeeds, he will be in charge and alone. It wasn't shocking that Diana decided to have the child. Although that was what she desired, it appeared that she was searching for just one argument in favor of her choice. But everything is so jumbled because of Tariq. Just a few hours ago, these two were attempting to kill each other. Now, they're dividing ultrasound pictures. In addition, Tariq had lied to her about Salim. After everything Diana had lately lost and everything she had been in danger of, it was astonishing to hear Tariq come out and tell her about his intentions to be the big dog in town, as if that was meant to impress or excite her. It seems impossible that these two could manage their relationship with little affection or trust and go on to co-parent successfully in the future. It begs the question of whether Tariq will